All right, let's go to winners and losers at off-ball linebacker. Riser or winner with Patrick Queen and Kenneth Murray. Both
also,
of those linebackers.
I had a satchel at the Senior Bowl that was.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, that's right. We were walking behind Bradley and I coming back from a restaurant, and he did have a satchel Merce type of thing there. I don't know. I mean, take what you will from that, but I mean, you combine that with bad athleticism.
We're just trying to give you a full background profile.
Exactly.
We're not passing judgment. Just like that's
all we can do is provide information, and you take what you will with the satchel. Yeah. All right, winner from the combine. Two winners that I'd like to kind of group together is Patrick Queen and Kenneth Murray. Going into the combine, people saw the range, people saw the athleticism on tape, but when you actually deliver, when you go to the combine and show that you have it, you check that box. I see them as winners.
Yeah, 229, which like I said, he looked small on tape. Like, he looked like a guy who may have been listed at 225, but only played like 215, something like that. But 229 is a great weight. That's not even like super undersized for linebackers anymore in the NFL. And then to run a 4.5 as Patrick Queen, run a 4.5 and then a 10.5 broad, good numbers. Like that's the explosiveness you saw on tape. And then Kenneth Murray, hamstring, said tugs it on the second one, says he's going to be, it's nothing serious, just a slight pull. But he had 38-inch vertical, 10.9 broad, 4.52. Like, you saw that. Mm-hmm. And again, to tick that box, to be over 240 pounds with that explosiveness, I think they just signed their first-round paychecks at this point.
Absolutely. And with Kenneth Murray and Patrick Queen, they both had good combines, but it was Isaiah Simmons that was just like blowing everybody out of the water. And like people were like losing their minds over what Isaiah Simmons could do. And rightfully so. I think with both of those guys, though, they had good combines. It just fell in Isaiah Simmons' shadow because this guy like literally lit the combine on fire.
Oh, man, Isaiah Simmons, that was one where it's just like you're going to remember like what that looked like. I remember Vernon Davis's back in the day. We were just like, that's just a different dude altogether. 4.39 at 238 pounds with a 39-inch vertical and an 11-foot broad jump. And, like, it just looked.
It looked great. I mean, it looked awesome. I mean, again, you go in, you had these high expectations for Isaiah Simmons. This guy's going to, we said it on countless podcasts before, this guy's going to test really well. He's a freakish athlete. He can play any position in the NFL. But when you see him do it, it's a different league.
You know what that means, though? That means that Travis Etienne next year is running mid-4.3s.
Oh, yeah.
Because he goes 4.39, and Etienne got him in that race. And that,
I'm excited for Travis Etienne next year. I don't normally get excited about running backs, but that guy's got some legit explosion. Give me another year at Clemson with Trevor Lawrence and company. It'll be fun to watch. All right, moving away from Isaiah Simmons, Patrick Queen, Kenneth Murray, got to bring up our guy, Willie Gay Jr. Had an opportunity to talk to him before he did run. He said, I'm going to run in the 4.3s. He didn't make 4.3s, but he still ran low 4.4s, 4.46, I think is what it was for Willie Gay Jr. Mm-hmm. We also got to the bottom line, or to the bottom of why he was suspended for 8 games. It was cheating on a chemistry test, which he admitted was not a good decision. He was just trying to get through the chemistry test. I asked him why. He said, it was a hard class. Yeah. It was a hard class. And you also have that other thing. I think he punched or got in an altercation, I think is what it was listed as, with a quarterback at Mississippi State. Punched a quarterback in the face. But Willie Gay Jr., I talked to him for a little bit. Didn't punch me. I mean, he was a really nice guy. I really liked talking to him. You talk to guys who have some of this off-field character concerns, you kind of pick up on, where is this rooted? And I don't think it was rooted in malice for Willie Gay. I think he's a good dude, tried to cut a corner, got caught. Here we are now. But Willie Gay blew up the combine.
I mean, I wish I would have cheated on some chemistry tests in retrospect. I had to drop out and switch majors. But
really?
Yeah. But Willie Gay, dude, I mean, we saw it coming in. 4.46, and then the jumps were all 39.5-inch vertical.
Yes.
And the 11.4 broad at 243, like at legit linebacker size. And you see it on tape. Like we were saying, the tape's great.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of tape, only like 500 snaps over the course of his entire career at Mississippi State. But when it is on the field, it looks great. So
I saw some people on Twitter going back to the tape with Willie Gay after he blew up the combine. I saw some highlights. I mean, this guy's range, this guy's speed, closing burst is just absurd on tape. And I wanted to get more into the character. So I was talking to some of the social media guys from Mississippi State. They were the only
source. Was that your source initially?
No.
Okay.
I got a different source. But I was talking to some of the Mississippi State social media guys who were the only guys at Willie Gay's table besides me. Willie Gay had a table, not a podium. No one else was talking to this kid before he lights the combine on fire. Yeah. But I was talking to them. I was like, what's this guy like? Is he good on the mic? And he's like, honestly, he's been suspended so much I haven't talked to him a ton. But everybody in the locker room loves him. Everybody loves Willie Gay Jr. Yeah. And I think that says a lot. Like, I mean, you don't hear the same thing about other guys with character concerns. I don't do too much with Willie Gay and the character's concerns because I think he's a good dude.
I was watching the Aaron Hernandez doc and people in the locker room were like, dude, he doesn't talk to anybody. So that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
It's not Aaron
I can't believe I can't believe you made that connection with Willie Gay.
Okay, that wasn't what I was trying to do necessarily, but like, okay.
What are you doing?
I just watched it yesterday. Is why I had to bring it up.
I'm glad we're not making that connection. All right, Davian Taylor.
On the record, we didn't make that connection.
Davian Taylor is another winner from the combine.
Yeah, the guy the analytics have loved projecting him right up in terms of just his numbers from college, raw numbers and like alignment. He's the guy who played like slot basically.
Yeah,
in
Davion Taylor,
As
to kind of give some
Colorado.
background. Colorado off-ball linebacker, edge defender, slot corner type, 6 foot, 228 pounds, has this crazy background where, he, for religious reasons, wasn't allowed to play in games in high school, ended up finding his way to Colorado and producing at a high level, actually, tested very, very well at 6 foot, 228.
Yeah, it goes 4.49. 35-inch vertical, 10.7 broad jump, and then 6.96 cone.
Oh, man.
Which is what you love to see when a big
Sub
linebacker
7.
puts up a sub-7 cone. You know that guy has some COD, some change of direction,
Yeah.
to say, in the biz. But
I mean,
he's
sub-7 3-cone gets me excited like no other number, really. I mean, regardless of position, wherever you're
Really?
at, you get me in a sub-7 3-cone, I'm starting to look at you different, you know?
Exactly. We're on the same page there. But
I'm
no,
glad.
that's a good number for him. This linebacking, like the linebacking class, Davion Taylor, and then Jordan Brooks as well. The Texas Tech guy goes he goes 4.53.
4.54, 6 foot, 240
excuse me.
pounds, came in at a 4.54. Didn't do anything else. Kind of
Super
like a
explosive.
mic drop. A mic drop for Jordan Brooks of Texas Tech. 4.54, 40-yard dash, didn't do the vertical broad or any of the change of direction drills. But that 4.54 for him was very good because if we said this again, if you listen to 2-for-1 drafts, you know this, but off-ball linebacker is now a position where you need to find
Cover ground.
athletes.
Yeah.
Find guys that can cover ground. Find guys that have legit speed that aren't liabilities in coverage. And I think Jordan Brooks checked that box.
And of any of the linebackers in this draft class, he has the best ability between the tackles. A lot of guys who are like, we just talked about Davion Taylor slot, Isaiah Simmons a safety basically in college. All these guys are like, what are they going to look like when we play in between the tackles and ask them to, take on guards, take on centers, take on, offensive tackles. Jordan Brooks, there's no doubt about that. He rocks dudes backwards. He loves taking on guards. That's a sure thing in that regard. So I can see him going second round at this point with those testing numbers because teams still love that. Teams still love having that guy who you don't have to worry about in run defense. That's Jordan Brooks. Now, he doesn't make plays necessarily going behind him, running with tight ends and like flipping his hips, still rough. And like I said, he didn't do any of the change of direction drills, but love what he brings to the table in that regard. And a guy who's almost similar, but did play safety at Clemson, is Tanner Muse.
Yep, that's our
Lit it
next
up,
guy.
man.
And with what you were saying, I wanted to jump on that real quick, but you have these guys with range. I think outside of Isaiah Simmons, you go into Patrick Queen, Kenneth Murray, trying to find areas where they really excel, turning their backs to the ball and getting back into that hole is very difficult because they don't do it a ton. And even when they do, it does look sloppy. It looks late. And I think that's why when we I brought it up before, like Kenneth Murray and Patrick Queen lack this polish, lack this kind of like completeness to them because they don't have that necessarily that experience or that like high-end reps doing those types of things in zone coverage. All right, let's jump to Tanner Muse of Clemson. 6'2", 227 pounds, was listed as a safety, but this guy's playing linebacker. He's playing linebacker at the next level. Ran a 4.41 40-yard dash at 6'2", 227. Like that's up there with what Jonathan Taylor did at running back. I mean that's absurd. He also had a 34.5-inch vertical, 124-inch broad. Explosiveness for this dude. Talk about a guy that can cover ground.
He looked scary running that 42.
So tense.
His shoulders are like up to his ears and his like head's way out in front of his body. He looked like a turtle just flying down the floor.
A flying turtle.
Yeah, basically. And on tape, he kind of plays like a flying turtle sometimes because the dude, he didn't do the cone or the shuttle, and that was a business decision from him. I mean, you saw him against Justin Jefferson in the national championship game. It just got put in a blender. Like he's not a guy who is
when you see
out in
a
space.
prospect do everything but the cone and the shuttle. That's flying turtle status right there. You got a guy that can maybe has good explosiveness, can run great in a straight line, but really struggles to change direction. I'm of the opinion, though, that no time is better than a slow time. Because when you run a slow time, it hangs with you, like what Derek Brown has right now.
Yeah.
Like if Derek Brown chose not to run the 3-cone, people are assuming high 7s, maybe even a 7-8. Like people assume better than they thought because the expectations for Derek Brown were already high. With Tanner Muse, I don't know what people's expectations were, but they were low. He chose not to run it.
The unknown's
now it's
always better than.
I agree. And that's unfortunate, though, because it's unfortunate that you're able to bow out. It's unfortunate that you're able to bow out. I think if you're healthy and you say, yep, I'm healthy, I'm going to do every drill, you should have to do every drill.
It's like the DUI. Declining is a DUI still.
Yeah.
If you decline to test, you just got a DUI.
Fair. Well, so another guy that comes to mind is Michael Warren of University of Cincinnati, the running back that came listed at 5'11", came in at 5'9", a beefy back, and he chose to do the position drills, like go through the bags, but he didn't choose to test. It's like, okay, you're healthy enough to do these, but you're not healthy enough to test. You're slow. You're not athletic, whatever it may be. So a concern, a red flag.
DUI.
You just got a DUI. All right, let's go to the losers at off-ball linebacker or linebacker. Michael Divinity of LSU. Oh, man, not a good combine
How
for
was
him.
this guy starting over Patrick Queen is what I want to know. I want to talk to Coach O. We need him on the pod to explain. He runs a 4.85 40, 31-inch vertical. Like, you can't see both those guys in practice. And I get that he's 242, and maybe he played the run better than Patrick Queen and wasn't as much of a, like the between
Didn't
the
he
tackles
also
wide
rush
bit,
the passer
but like
a little bit?
he played off the edge initially at LSU, goes to off ball, leaves the team. Weird story. But a 4.85 is not like, you're not. He's going to go late day 3.
Yeah.
So that's tough.
All right, you mentioned Coach O. I need to hear your best Go Tigers.
No,
Come on.
No, I'm not. Joey Molinaro is the impressions guy.
Fair.
Not me.
If you haven't seen the
I'm the
live
straight
show,
man.
if you weren't there in Indy for the live show for Joey Molinaro, I mean, you missed out because that guy is a rocket. He's flying up boards. If you want to talk about a riser coming out of the combine.
I'm riding his coattails. I'm going to try to be friends with him just to take me to the top here.
All right, another loser from the combine at off-ball linebacker is Francis Bernard, and he's already an older prospect. I'm not sure
I was
if
going
you
to
know,
say tested in at 25 years old, which
Yeah.
was the biggest red flag.
25 years old, but comes in at 6 foot, 234 pounds, 4.81 40-yard dash, just a 32.5-inch vertical. I mean, did not have that explosion. That's up there with the Kenneth Murray, Patrick Queens of the world. Did not test in the cone or the shuttle. I would imagine those are going to be slow. But, I mean, Francis Bernard, not a good combine.
I was going to say, I kind of like this guy until I found out he was 25 years old.
Okay.
Because I'm like, yeah, man, he's got like kind of instincts. He was good as freshman year at BYU.
He's got a veteran presence about him.
He was good as freshman year at BYU, but it turns out he was already like 22 his freshman year at BYU. And so, yeah.
He's got a crazy background. I don't know. It's in the draft guide, but read it. He bounced around, he wanted to get away from BYU, goes to Utah.
Threatened to kill a police officer.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Which, like, at BYU, that's
Par for the course.
even like even having something that deals with a police officer usually is not going to be good for you there. But yeah,
It's not like Baker Mayfield status where he got tackled by one, but it's close to.
You want to get rid of me and get back to more great PFF YouTube content? All you have to do is push that button right there and subscribe. Thanks for watching.